Freedom Island. I got some Ray-Ban sunglasses around here somewhere, and I ought to put 'em on. I've turned myself into a super spy. All I need now is one of those Maxwell Smart Shoe telephones. I've had to learn how to be a sneaky, high-tech super spy, which really was not in any part of my plans for my life when I got out of high school. You know, when they have you write what your wishes and dreams are going to be, and most of the girls put get married, and a lot of the boys I went to school with said drive a truck. I can't remember what I put, but I'm pretty sure I did not write I want to be a super spy. But you know, if you live down here, round where they make parts for International Harvester, and you go outside sometimes and you can't hardly breathe 'cause they're melting the tractor tires or something over there, and you can't hardly get your breath if the wind blows that way. So if you're from around here, sometimes you got to do what there is right in front of you to do, whether do you want to do it or not. And what I got to do is be a super spy. The last time I did one of these recordings, I told about how I went and got me a computer, a little notebook type computer that you take to Starbucks and whatnot, and just a little lightweight thing that you can close up real quick and take off if you are in a situation where you don't want to be seen or heard. And speaking of being seen, one of the things I noticed when I was setting this up is there's a little pinhole camera in the top of it, right in the middle, on the upper edge. At first I thought it was some kind of a power light to say the computer was on, but then I looked down and there was a light like that, and it was where the on-off button is. So I thought, no, that's not a power light. And also, I think if it was a power light, it would be down in this bottom part here where the keys and so on are, where the workings of it are. And this part up in the top here that folds over is just the screen that just shows you what the main part's doing, right? So they wouldn't run the light off of that. You know what I'm saying? It would come down from this where the circuits and all this is down underneath the keys. So then I looked at it more close and I thought, that's not a light, that's a camera. Because it looked like, if you look at somebody's got a smartphone or whatever and you turn over on the back of it, even your flip phone, if you look at it, it's got a little round, and when you think about it, you don't look at that part. You know what I mean? Because you're going to take somebody's picture. I've got a flip phone, so you take it and you open it up and it's going away from you, because otherwise you would be taking a picture of your own face instead of taking a birthday party picture, whatever, right? So it's not like you go around looking at the back of that all the time. So, it took me a minute or two to figure out it was a thing to look at you with. And it's, I'm sure it's for if you do Skype or what's that other thing, Zoom, or if you wanted to put a thing on YouTube. Sometimes people will put like here's my beauty regimen or something like that on there. They just point that at themselves. They give a talk on the Bible or Star Wars or whatever they're going to talk about. That's what they point at themselves. And I saw when I went down in the start and then I went down in the menu, you could put it so that was not supposed to be on. And I understood that, and I did set it that way, but I don't know. I'm hooked up to the internet right this minute. I don't know which way that goes. Do they look at me and I look at them and they look at me and I don't know. Lauren was down here, my niece, and she looked at me funny because I had took a Post-it note and I stuck it on the edge of the computer at the top, and then I folded it over the top edge. Right when she came in, I had some Scotch tape and I was fastening it on there. And she said, well, look at you, Bethany, putting tape on a computer. You don't like to, stick things, you don't put nothing on your car or whatever. You don't like it to get all sticky and gummy and everything. And I said, yeah, I know, Lauren, but I don't think the Post-it's just going to stay on there. It's got glue on it, but it's going to dry off. It's just going to keep falling off. And she said, why was I doing it? And I said, well, I don't want this little camera looking at me. And she said, well, you can turn that off. And I said, Lauren, I know. And she said, Now you're just being silly. You sound like Nancy down the road, that she thinks that Alexa's listening to her and recording." And I said, "What if Nancy is right?" And she said, "You can tell it's not on because the light doesn't come on." And I said, "Yeah, that's what they would do if they were secretly recording you. They would put a light on it so that you would know. Hello." And she said, "Why would they be listening? I don't know how important you think we are, or how important you think you are. Who's going to be looking at you? Who's going to be spying on you? What are we doing?" And I said, "I'm not saying it's about me personal. It's not about me. For one thing, I have been in the court system. You sign those 4 million papers. Like when you go in a court thing, they just push a paper and push a paper and push a paper for you to sign it. But you can see they've got like 14 of them that's all stacked up, and they flip it and push it across and flip it and push it across. And they tell you real quick what it is. But for one thing, if you would read it, you'd be there all day, and nobody wants to be in there all day. So, of course, you just sign it. And the other thing is, I'm self-conscious. My reading is not my strongest skill. I can read. I can read, but having somebody look at me while I read just makes me nervous. And I can tell, like, I start frowning, like I'm trying to understand it. And then they look at me like they think I'm stupid. And then that makes me mad. And then I get like a stress, behind my eyebrows. And then I can't, almost like when you get mad or you get a stress, and it's almost like where you get your frown line up over your nose. Then you almost can't see. When people say, "I'm so mad I can't even see straight," and I'm not that super mad, but I'm like aggravated or whatever, and then I can't pay attention. You know what I mean? When they push those papers, I just sign it, sign it, sign it, because I just don't want to have them give me the eyeball while I'm doing it. Plus, it's them. I mean, what am I going to do? I want to go to the other court where they treat you better. You're going to do whatever they told you to do anyway. So I just sign it, sign it, sign it. So who knows? Maybe I signed something saying they could look at me on the internet. I don't know. I didn't say all that to Lauren because she seems like she's been looking in on me, and I didn't want to talk about spying or people looking in on me or anything. She was already down in the basement not too long ago, and where I just caught her just running right up the stairs like I played like I didn't know she was down there. And that was when I used to use the computer downstairs, and now I'm up in my bedroom. But she still came by, and I had the door open so she could see what I was doing. I was sitting on the bed and fixing this post-it note. So she said, "So you're going to stick that post-it note on there and cover up that window?" And I said, "Well, it don't hurt anything. And it's not, it's not like duct tape or something. It's going to come off. Plus, look here, it's got a little butterfly on it. It's something they gave me at the health center when I went and got the booby squish thing a while ago. They give me breast cancer ribbon gift pack in it, and it has a little pad of sticky notes, and it's got a butterfly, and it says care and cure and something. I can't remember what. Anyway, it's got a little butterfly on it. So I said, "So there, see, I put the little butterfly on there." And she said, "Well, you've got it upside down. To stick it on there and fold it over, you've had to turn it around." And I said, "Well, it's a butterfly. It doesn't care which way up it is. It doesn't have up or down. It flies this way and that way. Have you not looked out the window, Lauren?" Then she kind of laughed like she thought I was being funny, but she also looked a little bit like she knew I was trying to get rid of her, which I was. So then I started putting the tape down. I had already stuck it on the inside of the computer, not on the glass, but like the little part that holds the windshield or whatever you call this front part on the computer screen. Not on the screen, that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't get the tape on there. I put it up around the edge there, the top. But it was sticking up, the post-it note. I tried to just fold it over the edge, but it's not like a square edge. It's kind of more rounded like. And so when I tried to put the post-it note over it, it just kind of like flew up in the air. So I thought, I'm just going to tape it on the other side. I brought it down to tape it, and then I was getting a little, I don't know, apprehensive or something with Lauren in there because I thought, is she going to start asking me questions or I didn't know. What I did then was I pushed the computer too close down together to try to get that tape on there. And I forgot, it's new. And I forgot that you shut it off when you push it down. I don't know if it mashes the button down there or it's something about the hinge closes. I don't know. But anyway, it turns itself off. So then Lauren, I looked up and she looked interested. And I thought she wants me to turn this back on because she wants to know what my password is. She's going to try and sneak and look and see what I type in there because it's got that security login where it's for the sales guy at Walmart said if somebody can't steal it off you, then not only can they not use the computer, it's no good to them, but also, like, your computer's got all your bank and I don't know, your personal, whatever you've been looking at and stuff is all on there. So you want to make it so if somebody steals it, they can't use a computer, but they also can't not log in, but you know what I mean, your presets, it's already in there. You don't want to get in there and get all your information. So I could tell. I looked at Lauren, and her eyes was bright, and I thought, she wants me to type that password in here so she can see how to get in this computer. I put that other piece of tape down there and I put it down like, oh, this now I'm all done. And then she looked a little bit surprised. I said I was going to go look in the dryer and get my clothes ready because later on I had to go in and have the dentist take a look at my tooth. I got a upper tooth on the left that's been bothering me a little bit. It gets a little something like a seed or a little piece of taco shell or something will get up in there. I knew that was what would make Lauren leave. She can't stand to talk about the dentist or anything about the dentist office or teeth or nothing like that. And I was going to go have the dentist look at it, but not till the week afterward, but she didn't know that. As soon as I said I was going to go get my pants and get ready to go to the dentist, she thought I might be talking about my teeth and what was wrong with them and what kind of shot I was going to get and everything. And she went from looking bright-eyed till she just looked just ever so slightly like kind of green in the face. And I thought, well, Lauren, I know how to get you gone. I did have laundry to fold, so I brought it back, folded it up, put it away. Those pants I was talking about, they were in the closet the whole time, but she didn't see that because the door was shut. So I logged myself back in again, and I started getting my YouTube channel sorted out. I needed to get some videos on there. I say it's macrame and crochet. Yeah, I gotta look, actually. I think it's called macrame and crochet. I was either going to call it crochet macrame or macrame and crochet, and I never could decide. So I got that part done, and I think I put up 2 videos. Then you have to put a little thing about yourself, which I didn't want to put up a picture of myself, but I did get a magazine that had a pretty, like a round table cover, like if you have a little entrance table or a little side table that's round. It's real pretty, actually. It was a nice little kind of crocheted lace looking thing. So I had a picture book that had that pattern on the front of it, and I used that for my picture. But I got to write a little thing telling that that's what I'm interested in, which you'd think, since it's called macrame and crochet, people would figure out, but I'm trying to make it look like a real channel because, of course, what it really is I'm trying to keep an eye on boys. Since I'm not sure about the other people in the family and different people we all know from around here and people Boyce knows and stuff, I don't want to seem like I'm over there on YouTube looking and getting caught messing around on there if people think I'm trying to rat him out or report him or spy on him or whatever. That wouldn't be too good for me, I don't think. I'm making my own pretend channel, so I get my little profile done. And then the other thing you do is you make a thing where you say which channels you look at. And I thought, I gotta sneak his in the middle with some other things. So if somebody would go through there, it would be all mixed together, I thought I gotta get some yarn arts and I gotta get some knitting and I gotta get crocheting and quilts and things like that. I gotta get, like country music would be good. Different people I like. Blake Shelton, I like him. Put in a couple TV shows, movies, and then also put in 3 or 4 things that all say like freedom or America, something like that. And I mix them all in because what's going on with Boyce is He's got one. I told on here on one of my other posts I did. It's that crazy one, but this is just a play one. That's the other thing is this ain't his real one. He's got one that's got a picture of a squirrel, I think, or chipmunk. I gotta look at it again, but it's either a squirrel or a chipmunk with a flag, which I think must mean something. I don't know if he means he's like a squirrel or a chipmunk, or does he mean the people he don't like are like a squirrel or a chipmunk? Or is it a joke of some kind? Like, is that a character of something and I don't know what it means? Or is it like a rude, does it mean something about somebody? Is that like a ethnic thing or known boys? I don't know. And there's all kinds of things he and people he knows know about. I don't want to know. Anyway, he's got that flag one. And that one is called The Voice of Freedom Unmuted. Like mutes, like turn down the TV. And so he's unmuted. So he is the voice of freedom unmuted, which I don't know who he thinks is muting him, as he's a big mouth, always has been a big mouth. Ask anybody. That's something that does not sound suspicious for me to say at all. Everybody knows he's a big mouth. His kids know. Everybody in the family, people in the street knows he's loud. Probably people in the other state can hear him from here. I can hear him across Lake Michigan, standing on one side, and you could hear him from the other side. Even tugboats going, even blowing horns. You coming across the water, you could still hear boys talking because of his opinions, of which he has got, loads of them, believe me. And so he's got his voice of freedom unmuted, and that's the one where he just carries on about everything that he doesn't like. He does like Trump. He don't like Biden. He don't like Mexicans or people that looks like Mexicans. People he think might be a Mexican, but he's not sure if they are or not. Really, honestly, that's what Boyce is like. He don't want somebody to live here if they look like they might be somebody that might have come from somewhere else. And how he thinks he has got some kind of super spy eyes, or talk about your spy thing. Has he got some kind of super glasses or something? How can he look at somebody and tell where they are from? I get it. If you're at the gas station and everybody's filling up their car with gas, a family, and they're all getting in and getting candy and, wiping the windshield and arguing and switching around seats and, the normal things people do at the gas station. And if they're all speaking Spanish, no English, they probably are from some place where that's how they talked when they were at home. Even if you know that's true, you don't know that they're not an American citizen. We talk at our house. We talk the way we talk. We don't talk the way they talk in school, And Boyce knows that. He went through the same thing. When we went in the Indianapolis public schools, all they did all day long was tell us we talked wrong. The way we talked from around here is not the right way to talk. So people from somewhere else came where we're at and tell us that we talk wrong. You can't say, I seen him at the store. You can say, I had seen him at the store and then he went somewhere else. But you can't say just, I seen him go in the store. You have to say, I saw him in the store. But then I saw him, I don't know. I had seen him, I saw him, I had seen him. I'm getting a whirly head from trying to sort it all out. When I was in school, I knew what they wanted you to say, and I would talk the way they want you to talk. Anybody from around here will tell you, if you want to go to the bank and you want them to cash your check, or if you want to go in a store and have them not think you're there to steal something, but you know that you're there to buy something, or if you want to go to the hospital and you're hurting bad, and you want them to help you. Well, if you talk like the way we talk around here, they think that you are faking to be hurt so that you can get pills. That's what they think you want. And especially because I already have a thing on my court record about pills from before. So even though I've been clean and sober for 4 years nonstop, never missed. Right now, I got a court thing that looks different, but it's not different. I know what I've done and what I haven't done. And I've been clean sober for 4 years. That does not make any difference around here. If I would go to the hospital and they would hear me talk, they would think she's in here trying to get pills to sell. So, if I go in a bank or a hospital or someplace like that, and I want to be took serious, I try to talk like the teachers the best I can. They can tell where I'm from. See, that's the thing is they know it's still me, but they think that I am trying to improve myself and be better. And by better, what I mean is that I'm trying to be like them. And so then I'm good. And if I'm like that, then I can have everything like a Band-Aid or a doctor to see me if I'm hurt or put some money in my bank account or take some money out of my bank account or whatever I want. It's just how it is. People can say America and it's all fair and everybody's the same, but it is not. It is not. Well, those people that speak Spanish, it's the same, right? When they're by themselves in their car or in their family, of course they talk the way they talk at their house. But then if they come into the store and they want to be treated good, or they go to the hospital and want to be treated good, then they talk English and they try to be like what people want them to be. So I don't see how boys can look at somebody and know where they're from, whether they're here legal, whether they're trying to get legal if they're not legal. And I mean, he's already lost. I mean, he can't even vote or get a driver's license already. Now he's in custody anyway, but before he went in, he couldn't vote or drive because of trouble he's already been in. Maybe that's why he's mad. Is maybe he thinks they can do something he can't do and it's not fair, but he did his crime, but he doesn't want to do the time. See, yeah, this is what happens when I start thinking about boys. I turn into this. All right, I'm just going to not turn into this. Being mad and sitting here explaining him does not do nothing. It does nothing. But what does do something is somebody keeping an eye on him. So that's what I'm doing. I went and I got 4 or 5 Freedom America type channels, where the person comes on and they put one on once a week or 2 weeks, every 2 weeks or twice a week or whatever they do. I put those on there. And that way I can nestle what he's got down in there. And it looks like I just did it because it's Freedom and America and all that stuff. Harder to find. You know what I mean? Mix it up in there. Now, the next part I got to do is a little bit more scarier because I am not an electronics cyber type person. Yeah, no big surprise, but some of the stuff I could do. I have a smartphone. I just don't like it. I have a flip phone and I have a smartphone. And I can do a couple things on the smartphone. I'm sure I can figure out how to do this part. It makes me nervous. The post note on the lens on the computer, I don't know how much I really worry that they're turning the camera on me right now anyway, but I just want to cut it off before they ever could. I don't know, it just makes me feel better to know it's covered up. I feel more safer. The other thing I need to do next, it does make me I feel more nervous because I don't want to get caught. I'm not doing anything bad, like I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just, it's not so much Boyce. It's, I started to say it's Boyce I'm scared of, but it's not Boyce. He's mean, but he's pretty stupid. But he is hanging around with some people that is not stupid. And that's who I'm scared of. Because what I need to do is I need to get on his other channels. And he did just like with he's done just like what I am trying to do, which is hide and camouflage and put some of my American Freedom ones in there with my quilting and my macrame and music and everything to make it harder to see. Plus, I think there's people that are in a special club and he can put you in for you put a request and then I'm not sure how they confirm you or whatever, but if you approach him, you can get the address or you can get the way to get in to see some of his other videos. And he already has some stuff up that makes me really, it makes me surprised that you can put things like that on the internet and it doesn't get took down. I'm surprised it's not against the law. There's stuff on there. It doesn't say exactly like it's how to make something that will make an explosion. You can understand that's what he means. And if you pay attention, he's just supposed to be like telling you science, or he's telling you what the forensics or what the police understand or something. He's making it seem like it's just like a analysis. But it's a recipe. It really is. He's telling you how to make things that could hurt somebody. I'm not hurt just one person, but hurt a lot of people. If that's what you can see, just out where, if you can look for, you have to dig for it a little bit, and you have to pay attention and figure out that's what it is. But it didn't take me very long to hunt it up. So somebody that's young and kind of impressionable, but the younger ones are more impressionable. They know about computers and all that. They had computers in school. They learn from each other, so they can get at that stuff already. And what's worrying me is what is so bad that you have to be on a special channel to see it. And all I can think of to do, I don't trust nobody in this family, none of them. I can't, who am I going to ask? How am I going to go to police or FBI or something? In the first place, I have got drug conviction on my record. So do you think anybody is going to listen to me? They are not. They always are looking for somebody when they got unsolved problems and situations. They're always looking for somebody whose fault it is to make it already. And I'm just now getting over this other thing I did for my brother that I didn't even do. I'm just now getting extricated off of that. I'm not going to start a bunch of stuff for myself. I love my country and I love other people, but I'm not going to get myself in trouble trying to be like a big superhero, because I'm not a spy. I don't care how many pairs of Ray-Ban glasses I got. I'm not going to be able to call 1-800, I think I know a terrorist. The only thing I can think of to do is to make a fake email and a fake account, and then come in, pretend like I'm somebody else, and get some of that crap that Boyce says on his channels, and like I'm like that, see if I can get invited in the private channel. It does make me nervous, because what if they can trace back and figure out it came off of this computer? If it wasn't for COVID, I'd go in the library, but they're only open less hours. They don't have enough people to work anyways. And the computers is always full. Like, you can't. The only way you can get a computer to use there is you can stand in line. But I don't want to stand in there and breathe air with everybody. Everybody's taking their mask off now anyway. It's the new. Library still has it for now, but pretty soon I don't think they're going to make people put a mask on. So I was thinking, see, what I don't know about computers and the internet and all that is, if I take this computer, and it's not on my home cable, but if I take it to the library and I use their Wi-Fi, if somebody was watching me or trying to go backwards toward me, like, could they see that it was me, or would it be different because it's from the library Wi-Fi? And I'm not even sure how to look that up, but that's what I'm going to do tonight. I have a little bit of more paperwork to fill out. The court thing is going to get dropped. They're going to drop it because they've got a case. They've got too many cases to go through because it was down for COVID, and now they're opening back up, and it doesn't make it better. It makes it worse. It's all flooded gated because it's all too many, everything going through. So they're taking minor offenses, and especially because I'm just recommended for treatment and all that anyway, they're going to go ahead and drop it. But for them to drop it completely and expunge it and all that, I have to apply to ask them to do that, which, again, you'd think they would know that, of course, why do I have to sign to ask them to please take it away? No, yeah, please. All I want with all my heart is to write more things in my folder and get me harder to get a job. And, well, I think it's thinking about Boyce. I didn't start out mean. I was used to be a nice person. But thinking about boys and all that trouble, and I don't know, everything that's happening out in the world, I guess. I don't want to go down that way because that's how I got in trouble before. That is how I got in trouble before. It had nothing to do with trying to get money or live a bad lifestyle. I was just trying to get medicine, and I was trying to get medicine because I felt bad. And I felt bad because my mind tends to kind of go down. Everybody in our family's like this. Our mind all goes the wrong way. We think about something that's bad, and then we keep on thinking about it instead of trying to get rid of it and think about something else. We don't. We sit and ponder on it and go down a bad way. And I don't want to do that because that's how I started slip sliding and ended up getting a bunch of trouble for myself. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out about the Wi-Fi, and then I'm going to figure out, is there anything else I can do to keep them from backtracking on me? There must be ways. They got books at the library and stuff like that, and I can look up and see how to protect myself so I can go in and look and see what's going on with Uncle Boys, but not cause myself trouble. And I do believe I can do that much. I've got as far as I've got with this. When you think about where I am at already compared to when I first had problems weeks ago when I first started doing my caseworker blog and all that log. It's not a blog, it's a log. My caseworker log. And I did my action steps and everything. Look at all this stuff I've done. So, see, I'm not like the other people. That's why I'm moving. I got a computer. I'm going to get this paperwork. See, the rest of them dawdle around and they lose their paperwork and they don't sign it and they don't turn it in and they're mad. I'm turning it in. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to turn it in. They're going to expunge it. Then I'll be back where I was before all this stuff started. And I'm going to figure out how to do this thing with the computer. I know I'm different. Even if the other people in the world don't know I'm different than the rest of them, I know I'm different.